Home is where connections are made, memories are formed, and ideas are born. And no one knows home better than NFM. Thanks for tuning in to I Am Home, the podcast that goes deeper than trends and dives into what it means to make your house a home.
Welcome to I Am Home, the Home Life Best Life podcast. I'm Tyler Weiskup. Sadly, we don't have Becca today, but I am joined by my other co-host who brings more heat than a hairdryer on turbo mode. It's Hilary. Welcome,
Hey, Tyler.
Hi, Hilary. Today's topic is a fun one that I've been told that I'm not actually qualified to host because the topic is hair care multi-stylers. And I am a very, very bald man. So that's why I brought two great guests who are going to help us compare options, discuss some need-to-know features, as well as share some real-life reviews. We've got our podcast producer, Ann Woodford, with us.
Hi.
Hi, Ann. And from our appliance sales team and expert in hair care, we have Omina Sanginova.
Yes. Hi.
Thanks for joining us.
Hi. Yeah. I'm very happy to join you guys. So.
Yes, you're a first timer to the podcast,
Yes.
But we're so excited to talk to you because you just have a wealth of knowledge on this kind of stuff.
Me too.
Ann was going on and on about the conversation that we had kind of pre getting ready for this episode. So excited to get with you on this one. But before we do, let me tell you why we're even doing this podcast. And that's because NFM is more than just your everything home store. We're in the business of improving lifestyles because your home life should be your best life. And you can learn more at nfm.com. And Ann, since I'm a very, very bald man, I'm just going to throw the topic over to you. You're going to kind of run us through the segment today.
Yeah, super excited. So let's imagine it's Monday morning. Maybe you've hit snooze a few too many times. Your hair is doing its best impression of a bird's nest. Very familiar for me. And you need a multi-styler to help save the day. So you've heard about multi-stylers that can dry, they can curl, they can straighten. They can do all the things. So today we're going to feature three standouts, but really they only scratch the surface of the options that we provide, both in our store and online. So let's level set first and give our listeners a quick peek into our own hair styles and types and what tools we swear by. Would you like to start, Omina?
Yeah. I definitely, that is like my big thing too. Like I have a very straight hair and like it's always need to work on it. And I'm one of those who washes it every single day. And it's told, like, I've been told, like, it's not really good, but like, I can't go without washing it. So like, once you wash, you want to like, do all this style. And then before I discovered a couple of the one that I like, I'll probably tell later, add into that. But yeah, it definitely changed because like I'm a mom too. So I need something that would just, keep my hair finally like in the style, in the shape after like spending so much time like working on it, like styling it. So yeah, I found my favorite one. I'll share.
I love it. I love it. Awesome.
I think it's okay for us to ruin that. Just
go ahead and do
just
that.
so people understand where you're coming from.
So I would say like for a while, yeah, definitely the heat damaging was a big thing for my hair too, and losing the hair as well. So I was like doing all this research, and obviously like Dyson pops out, like the Dyson Airwrap. And the biggest thing, I guess, like there are a lot of people also out there that would be the thing is like the price for it. So I was between like Dyson and Shark for a while, just like trying to, choose that. I ended up, I got it as a gift as Dyson, but I've learned that pretty much like they are pretty much almost the same. There's some couple of like differences in there, but I'm very happy with the one that I got. It does help just to style it. Spray it, I can go like a couple days now, like at least 2 days there. It saves me some time. And I definitely feel like the moment I started like using it, I felt like how hair is like so silky. Just I guess the fact that it's like, the heater. And my stylist was also the one who was like recommending me that, like that would be it does protect your hair with the heat. So yeah, I'm very happy with this. For now.
That's awesome. I love it. Who got it for you?
My husband.
Right? No, for all the hubbies.
It took a lot of hints there.
Yeah, that's what
guarantees
the best results.
Right.
Good idea.
So for all of our listeners, take note.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, great. What about you, Hilary?
So I have, my texture is really fine. But I do have a lot of hair. It's porous because I love to bleach it. And so I also have to be very cognizant of heat damage because I do so much other damage to it. But I'm meant to be blonde, whether my roots tell you that or not. And I like hair, makeup, all things beauty is like my hobby. So I would be maybe embarrassed to admit how many styling tools I have.
Same.
I have curling irons in every size, wavers, crimpers, hair dryer, flat irons. I have it all.
Same.
I have a lot.
So a lot of real life experience
Yes.
kind of coming to this topic. Yeah,
yes,
love
I
that.
am for sure a consumer of this of hair tools. But I love to like switch it up a little bit. I've changed up my color. I did a big chop about a year ago, and I love to hop on like trends within hair in the hair world as well too. So I'm a once a week washer actually.
Nice.
It's possible.
Yes. I cannot be bothered to do it more frequently than that. And I would say I've perfected my week and styles I do throughout the week that I get the most life out of my one wash per week.
Cool.
Yeah.
We're completely the opposite style in there. It works in both.
Yes.
Well, this is going to be a great topic.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I'm in the middle. I wash every 3 days or so, but my goal is to get to once a week.
Yeah.
And I only have a small portion of hair. So super excited.
You've got nice thick hair.
Yeah.
It's so thick, which is why it's half shaved off because it's so thick. And I counted this morning, or I watched my phone. It took 7 minutes to blow dry. And for anybody listening, I have like a third of a head of hair, basically the top mohawk. It used to take me like 40 minutes to blow dry.
Yeah.
And nobody has time for that.
That's crazy.
Especially not being a mom.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and that was just with a blow dryer, not including the straightening time
you want to
after
do
that. So,
after that. Yeah.
Right.
yeah, very time consuming. So I'm super excited to learn more about these tools because I could use some tips as well. I figured we'd start with some research on this topic. Here are a few quick heat truths that might surprise. But they surprise me. I'm assuming they might surprise somebody else too. So your hair starts to take real heat damage at 347 degrees. I don't know about you guys, but the second I turn on my straightener, it's at 450.
Yes.
And I think we know a lot of multi-tools run hotter than that. So that was an interesting fact. If you hear a sizzle, you're not styling.
Yeah.
You're boiling your hair.
Hillary's
literally.
already like cringing at the thought of that.
I'm thinking back to what it was like junior high school. And it was this weird combination of like, you wanted like scrunched curly hair that was like full of mousse and gel and who knows what. But the one side swoop of bang had to be stick straight and just like
right.
all the way.
Nobody cared what
Never
product.
needed a bang trim because that flat iron was keeping those ends nice and short.
100%. Speaking of flat ironing damp hair without the right tool, you're literally cooking your hair, like Hilary said. I think we all know the sound of that, like damp hair in a straightener.
Yes.
Not good.
Yes.
And then speaking like ionic tech, that's your frizz fighting friend. So I think a lot of products or a lot of tools implement that technology today. So
Omina, is that like a newer thing? This because when we were like pulling this episode together, that was something that just kept popping up.
Yeah. So the like it's kind of like heated, but at the same time like saving, like protecting your hair. That was the biggest thing for me too, because like I had a problem with my hair too, because as I said, like I wash it every single day and then I have to dry it, and then like if you go coming to work, like without after drying, I have to style it, and that was the biggest thing. Also, like so much heat into this, heat from a dryer, heat from a styler. So yeah, that was the big thing for me too.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
It's crazy what they can do nowadays. So I think the bottom line is that heat is super powerful, but it has to be controlled in how we're styling our hair.
Yes.
So today's best tools blend both smart heat control, airflow tech, and the ionic features to help us style without sacrificing our hair health. So all my notes here. Sorry, Scott. I know that was right in the mic. Okay, so now that we've got the basics of heat styling down, I want to talk about 3 multi-stylers that are really making waves. But pun intended. From Revlon, Shark, and Dyson. Each come in different price points. So whether you're on a budget or ready to splurge for that Dyson, there's something here for everyone. So let's kick it off with the Revlon. This is a crowd favorite, the Revlon One-Step Volumizer Plus. At the time of this recording, we're listing it online for $36.99, so it's super budget friendly. It's great. It's all over social media and for good reason, which is awesome. And I think, Hilary, you said you own this one as well.
I do. Yeah. Yeah. It went viral for a reason. Yeah.
I love
a couple reasons, probably.
I love it. So here's how we're going to do this. We're going to focus on 3 of its standout features. So the first feature is a bit of a mouthful, but it's very impressive. It has ceramic titanium tourmaline technology. If you ever feel like your hair tool is slowly roasting your strands, this is the tech designed to help distribute that heat evenly. Ceramic is a material known for heat distribution. Titanium withstands those high temperatures. And the tourmaline emits negative ions to reduce frizz and static. So it's doing all of those things for you at once, which is great. So each element works together to really kind of cut that heat exposure, which is kind of what we're going for here, I think. According to Revlon, it cuts it by 50%, which means smoother results without that damage. I like to think about it like cooking.
Yeah. All those materials I think you mentioned are in like cookware too.
I think you're 100% right. So you don't want to just scorch one side when you can get an even cook all the way through. So it's pretty cool. Okay, the second feature I want to highlight is the oval brush head. And I think before we jumped on, we were talking about the volume that it provides. The oval brush head has activated charcoal pins, which I think is a pretty cool technology as well. They're designed to gently grip the hair, detangle, and smooth, while also elevating those strands. So like that's where you get that big volume. Activated charcoal is probably the best part because it works to also remove odor. So if you're not an everyday washer like me, that's something that's great.
Good to know.
It also helps clean the hair as you brush it through. Activated charcoal is porous, and treated with oxygen at very high temperatures. So
that's a lot of features.
Yeah,
very budget friendly.
Yeah, $37.
Exactly. So we have a review from real customer. I'm going to assume it's Lisa Cap 1262 said about the technology. I appreciate the second day hair feature of activated charcoal pins in the brush to absorb oils and refresh your hair. It gives my hair less frizz, straightens out the waves, and gives me nice volume. So what are your thoughts on this product since you have it, Hilary?
Yeah, I jumped on it when I saw it was viral and we offered it here. And it is, like I mentioned earlier, I love to follow hair trends. And so I'm very much about like the 90s blowout look, big volume versus like waves, especially with my haircut now. And I've tried the round brush plus hair dryer, like your hairstylist does, and I'm just like not at all coordinated enough to do that. It's like tangled in my hair. So it's like it gives you that salon style blowout with one tool, and you just kind of have to work one hand and you've got your other hand to guide versus like trying to spin and direct with the round brush one way while holding your hair dryer another way. Like it does both of those things in one. And so like if I want a lot of volume on hair wash day, I'll use that with like some sort of like root lift product. But I would say I have one of my girlfriends has very, very thick, very, very curly, very, very long hair. And this is like perfect for her. I think some of those other multi-stylers we've mentioned, like I think could work for her, but I think for the people that have like really thick curly hair, she can style it with that and usually doesn't have to take a flat iron or curling iron to it to style it. She can get waves out of it as like twisting it as she's drying it.
Just the brush also like circles there too, rotates there.
It does. No, it's one solid piece, but you can like kind of rotate it and almost like spin your hair into a curl and then let it cool that way.
That's cool.
Yeah. And it's got that like cool feature too. So that helps set your heat styling too. If you can get cool air on it, it helps set the curl so it doesn't fall so fast.
Yeah, that's a perfect start to the third feature. So the Revlon One-Step Volumizer Plus, it has 4 heat settings, and especially the cooling setting.
Yes.
So you have 3 different levels of heat to choose from, and then like Hilary just said, you use the cool feature to lock in that style. It also, I just feel like it feels nice after you've styled your hair for that little cool, could be a fan, but also set your style. So it's kind of like hairspray without spray.
Yes. Yes.
So the cooling blast is a nice touch. That's going to also help add in shine and reduce frizz, giving your hair a polished and smooth finish. And it's just a great feature for achieving that salon quality at home. This product is highly rated at 4.5 stars. One reviewer mentioned that they use the tool all the time and have even replaced their blow dryer with it. That's kind of what I'm looking to do because I also have every product. Jules praised the product for its ability to create different styles, highlighting its all-in-one functionality. There's nothing worse than drying your hair than styling it and feeling like you have to shower again because it's such a workout. So let's see here. One of the concerns in the reviews was for super fine hair, some of that tangling and lack of volumizing, but overall the highlights, the reviews highlight this product. It performs well, dries quickly, and makes styling super easy. So love that. So
I think smoothing is like
the best feature in all of them.
Yeah.
It's just like how I was just thinking, it's like how amazing nowadays that they like, keep developing all these features, and like you have for any budget you want, you have all this quality at home now. Like it's like, because like I had a huge problem with freezing there in a hair and all this like tangling, and you can get it all at home now, the salon quality.
Yeah, because that heat plus tension is what gets it so nice and smooth, and that does all of that in one. So I think that's why it works best for my girlfriend who has like the thick, coarse, curly hair, where I'm like fine. I don't have like really any texture at all. So I could do without it, like given my hair texture, but for her, it's, I think, nearly the only tool she uses.
That's crazy, especially at that price point.
Yeah.
It's a great deal. All right. A quick question for you guys. So after hearing about our first brand, what feature do you wish every styling tool had? Could be even heat, instant cool, built-in coffee maker.
Right? That would be for my part.
Yeah, Nina especially.
Having a coffee here a while. That's a good one.
Energy while you endure. Yeah, I think the way, I didn't realize all of that technology were in the bristles, but it's got like, the bristles have like 2 different lengths on them, which you kind of need. Those like finer, almost like boar bristle like texture is what allows you to get that like tension through your hair, which does the smoothing, versus like those more long plastic with a little like bead on the end of those bristles. I think that's better for the detangling piece of it, and that finer bristle does the like with the tension, gets it really nice and smooth.
Yeah, I love that. I noticed the gal who does my hair, like she always runs a comb through it before she straightens, and I realized how important it is for that detangling prior to the heat.
Yes,
because of that that helps with the frizz.
Uh-huh.
So
yeah.
just fun fact.
Yeah.
What about you, Omina? What kind of features are you looking for?
Like again, back to probably like each feature. Like I, to be honest, like I'm so surprised with it. I'm sorry for this. With the Revlon, I'm like so surprised. There's so many features on it. Back to the one that I probably use, the Dyson, I would say like I wish there was like that was why I was asking if it rotates at the same time. That was one of my, and Revlon I think used to have those kind of dryers that where the brush rotates at the same time. It helps so much with my hair. That would be really nice. This is one of the feature I kind of miss the Dyson too. And I think Shark also, I don't know if the Sharks, I've not used the Shark myself. I don't know if it rotates there. That would be cool too.
Yep. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Okay, well, speaking of Shark, let's jump into our next brand. So we're going to speak about the Shark HyperAIR with styling tools. So just a little bit different. At the time of this recording, we're listing it online for $179.99.
That's a great price too.
Yeah, it really is. It's on sale and comes with some really cool premium features. So the first feature I want to highlight is Shark's HyperAIR IQ. So what does that mean? It uses high velocity heated air and ionized air. So it's charged with negative ions to help prevent static and frizz. Key features. These negative ions interact with the positively charged water molecules in wet hair, breaking them down to smaller droplets that make them evaporate faster. Wow. Which leads to that quicker dry time. Yeah. Which, when I think about it, that's pretty cool.
That's a Bill Nye level science.
Yeah. So, like I said, little sciencey, but ultimately it means ultra fast drying, and a lot less chance for heat damage. So the second feature I want to highlight are the IQ attachments. I think these are really cool. Always nice to have, especially when you have all of the products. Having just one package with all the attachments is great. And these are game changers. So the IQ styling brush combines drying, straightening, and shining all at once. It features smoothing bristles that grab, smooth and shine the hair, while detangling bristles help comb and detangle. So detangling is definitely a big key in a lot of these products. The brush does rotate, allowing you to reach all areas and work within multiple hair types, which is great. And that would include straight, wavy, and curly. I feel like I'm in the middle. It's not a perfect way. I have to do something to it.
Yeah.
Which is not fun for me. Meanwhile, the Shark HyperAIR IQ 2-in-1 concentrator has the rotatable concentrator. And that's for precise airflow control. And it offers two modes, a pre-style for quick all over dry, and then precision styling for smoothing, shaping, and bending. So I feel like that's one feature I love in my current hair dryer is that concentrator. It helps straighten a little bit more before I take a flat iron to it. But having it all in one would be fantastic. Better yet, the dryer intelligently detects the attachment that you're using, or if there's none attached, which I think is pretty cool. Like that's where the IQ comes in, right?
Yeah.
And it actually adjusts the airflow and the temperature to provide the most efficient. Yes. Wow. So your tool is doing part of the work for you. And that also helps minimize heat exposure, keeps your hair looking great and feeling great too. So it's doing half the work for you, which is fantastic. The last feature I'll talk about is a common theme that we're seeing across all of these products. It's that cool setting. So I think all of these products have that. Shark calls theirs the cool shot. And like we said earlier, it helps set your style and it also boosts shine. So it's that finishing touch that we all love. Okay, let's see here. So with this product, you get sleek, voluminous styles without doing the awkward hair dryer in one hand, brush in the other routine. There's nothing worse, and I think that's where that extra workout comes in. Main highlights from reviewers on this product, smooth, quick, ergonomic. I've heard it's really great and easy to handle. instead of those old school heavy hair dryers.
Mm-hmm.
And one comment had mentioned the attachments take a little getting used to, but
Mm-hmm.
I think with any product that you're using,
Yeah.
just takes a little time to change that up.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen there like little cute bags there. Like I've seen videos with Shark. It's like all nice organizer. Like I like the same thing with Dyson. They come with
Yeah.
a little nice like organizer
Uh-huh.
there, and the same was with Shark. It's like a bigger like a case there where you can put all the attachments, and it's like I loved it.
Yeah.
It's like you can
Beautiful.
just keep it in one box
Right. Versus
together.
that mess of your
Mess
vanity
and like
drawer,
yep,
basket
like
under
trying.
the sink.
Mhm,
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'll have the
Yes,
basket under this
cool.
thing
Yes.
that hits home.
Yeah, and I think the one of the things, I don't have the Shark, but one of the things I think I know is different is that the Dyson is like a straight stick, where the Shark has that like
Twisted.
twist.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So you get a different angle.
I've seen that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, you can either have that and like I think you twist it and then like
Mhm.
you dry it. I kind of like that too.
Yeah.
And the price point, again, like it's so good with the amount of like work it does and the quality. It's still like in a really good range. And like at NFM, since we do have all this financing, I think
Mhm.
that amount should actually qualify for at least like 6 months of like our deferred
wow.
financing.
Yeah.
So that would be nice
Excellent.
because yeah.
That's great.
Because we do have for over $99, we would have the 6-month deferred financing, so people could take advantage of it too.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm,
Pay over
mhm.
time. That's
Yeah.
nice. Yeah, because it is an investment, but
Right.
like I think to the point we've made, you can replace multiple tools with one, which I also love it for talking about the Dyson specifically, love it for travel. I'm not having to pack multiple tools or rely on that really crummy dryer
Right.
that's in your hotel bag, that's
Right.
provided in your hotel bag.
Those aren't good. Those aren't quality.
I don't know that they
materials.
have
Not
all
really.
the wonderful technology
Gotcha.
that
Or not long enough, you would
Yes,
say.
yes.
You have to be in
right.
next
And
to-
has it ever been cleaned? It's not like it's gonna catch fire.
You can see the actual like red coil.
Hot
Some,
oil.
right?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So no, I don't think they're great. As of most of the free amenities that are
Right.
offered.
Oh, that's great. Okay, so speaking of now, let's get fancy. Let's get into that.
Yes.
The last brand we're going to feature is the Dyson Airwrap, and I think you guys could probably agree it's a dream tool for anybody who wants it all. The first feature I want to highlight is the Airwrap's use of the Kawanda effect, which means air wraps your hair around the barrel without extreme heat, which I
Yep.
think we've pointed to a little bit. I'm really curious to see how this one works. This that air wrap is achieved with a 13 blade impeller that spins up to 110,000 RPM. Fast.
It is.
My brain can't even process.
I
that.
know, right? And that creates kind of like a high velocity jet, which is exactly
Yeah.
what I'm thinking in my head. So it provides that jet of air to attract and wrap the hair around the barrel, enabling the curling, waving, smoothing, and drying all at once, which is a dream, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's styling and drying simultaneously with much less heat than a conventional dryer, like blow dryer or heat tool.
Mhm.
And just like the Shark, the Dyson uses those negative ions to help reduce static and hair frizz. So ultimately, if you've ever used a Dyson vacuum, they're
That's true.
super
Mhm.
serious about their airflow.
Yeah.
It is
So-
true.
and they really pioneered this technology. Okay, the next standout feature of the Airwrap that I love is the intelligent heat control. So also a smart tool. It monitors temperature 40 times a second to stay below damaging levels. That's great. So you
Mhm.
never have to question what it's at or if it's
Yeah.
accurate
Cooking
to
your
what-
hair.
Yeah.
40 times a second. That's just such a crazy number.
Yeah.
It is. There's a lot happening in this little product.
Right.
So remember I told you your hair starts to take damage at 347 degrees. Well, the Airwrap temperature control ensures that it stays below 302.
I think I'm agree with that too, though. Like I can see that because I had so many incidents when I would use any other like blow dryer that I
Yeah.
would like somehow burn at least every single time when I use. Somehow, somewhere you burn, or like you feel the heat.
Yep.
I never had any incident so far with this. Like you don't feel that much of like when sometimes you're talking to someone while you're styling your hair and you get distracted and the angle changes there. I never felt that it's like so much heat in there that I have to like,
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I am agree
That's
with
great.
that. Yeah.
Safety features.
Yeah,
Right.
right. Sure. For the time, like, 'cause that's the nice thing about the Dyson over the Revlon styler that we mentioned. I think it's been updated, like the technology's come along for the Revlon, but it is so loud. It sounds like a jet engine, and that sucker gets hot. Like there's at the end, like my scalp is warm. I've nenever like burnt my scalp, or my like scalp even felt hot with the Dyson setting. Yeah.
That's great. I love that. I also know what those random burns when you
Right.
I'm awake.
Yes,
I'm awake. So that's great. A great feature about the temperature control, but of course it also has the cold shot. So gotta love that final
and
touch.
so slick. You just like hold the power button like down. It's got like a little tension on it, so you're not like having to like, even the buttons are so easy and intuitive to adjust to. You just like, or I think maybe you push the power button up, so you don't have to like switch anything on or off. You just like with a little bit of tension adjust it, and it cools it so fast. Yeah,
that's great. There's nothing worse than like having to stop and think about like
change a setting.
I have to switch these two buttons.
Yeah, you can do it without looking.
That's great. Okay, so the last feature I want to call out, certainly not the least, are the attachments. And I'd love to hear more about your experience with the attachments. So it has 6 of them. Those will let you dry, curl, smooth, and volumize. It basically is a whole salon in one sleek case.
It is
phenomenal. Like you said, Omina, it's highly recommended by stylists. So I think that's really cool. The Kawanda smoothing dryer, which can blow dry hair or smooth flyaways, which I love that feature as well, depending on the setting that you choose. And then it comes with a 1.2-inch barrel, which uses airflow to create curls, a 1.6-inch barrel, which creates looser curls, and then a firm smoothing brush shaped kind of like a traditional paddle brush, and a soft smoothing brush, and a round volumizing brush. So lots of features. Do you guys have one that you go to more often than others, a favorite?
I use all of them. I feel like sometimes if I just want to like not even if using any brush anymore, because they have like the brush is pretty like comfortable to use that, and it's like has like thicker and stronger, so that helps. And while I'm like brushing it, it's already like drying it, so it's like ready for the like styling it. And then I do definitely get the waves. I love, as I said, I have the straight hair and I always wanted like a curlier or wavy hair. So like we always want something that we don't have, right? And I just love that. I don't have to like switch anything. I just like brush it and then start styling. And one thing that I've also like loved about it, I didn't use Shark myself, but I've seen like reviews because I was doing some research about both of them. And Shark, I think you will have to change the attachments when you like finish one side of like curling this way, and then you have to do the other one. With Dyson, you just like they have like easy thing that you just swipe it and it just change the angle, and then you don't have to switch the attachments, and then like you do the different angle on the other side of the hair. Yes, and I always like the way you said, like using brush and the blow dryer never worked for me. Using those like flat irons also never worked. Right. I could maybe barely get this part, but not the back side. Right now, you can just, any side, and it all gets like so easy. You just hold the stick right and it just works for you. I love it.
I might be investing.
Yeah, it's great. I use probably the stiff bristle brush. So I'll do like a rough dry, I guess, with their like dryer attachment to kind of get a lot of the water out. And then I'll like section out my hair and dry it with that stiff bristle brush. And that'll give me good volume, because I think part of it's technique too. Like you want to go kind of over direct your hair opposite of like the direction it grows to like get that volume. So I'll do that till it's dry. And like that gives me a nice straight, like blown out, smooth look. And then day to day, I style it with the 1.6 wand because I want like a more voluminous, bouncy kind of style to it. But yeah, it's great for, so I go to the gym in the morning. So my hairline will be a little bit sweaty, but I just use that to kind of dry it really quick. And that I think prevents a lot of that. Like it allows me to extend my wash. I'm like drying the sweat out of it. And then the dryer tool also has like a switch you can flip and it will like smooth flyaways. I don't know what wizardry magic happened. Right. And then it's just got this like little lever that like, if you like drag it along your head, like that's enough to change the air flow in the right direction. Wow. Like it's just so intuitive because I think so much of it is about technique, but what Dyson has done is like built-in technique in an intuitive way. So it's like there is a learning curve to it for sure. You got to figure out how it will work for you. Because initially I was like, oh no, did I get something that I'm not like that over my head? But I am so obsessed with it. I'm obsessed with it.
That it has the negative ions, just like the Shark does too. Which like so that technology I think is really good for the frizz. Yeah, from what I could understand.
Right. From what you read. Yeah. It's just, I don't know. It's great to have it all in one. It's quicker. And like, I would imagine, I've never used their hair dryer, but I imagine like even just like the hair dryer has got to save so much time for people. Because I don't even like, this has hair drying as a function. Like it's not sole focus as a hair dryer. And it's amazing. Like I mentioned my hair is very porous. So it like any stylist will tell me like, oh, your hair holds so much water. Like even though I don't have a ton of it, it just hangs on to water. And so it just like cuts it.
Yeah. And they're so fast. Like that was the biggest thing for me. Cause at least it would take me like with the normal hair dryer, I would say like probably 20 minutes to dry everything. And I was just like checking because at first we got the hair, just the hair dryer, the Airwrap. But then like we wanted to upgrade it to the styler one. Even the hair dryer, it took me like literally like 5 minutes and it was dry, like really, really dry. Wow. And it's so fast and so strong and plus doesn't damage that.
Yeah. And you're not overheating. Your scalp isn't burning.
No. I love that.
It's a much more enjoyable experience.
Sounds fantastic. Yeah. I am not an ambidextrous person either. So I get these cool.
You have a dilemma now, like which one?
I know. Yeah. So now it's nice to know that the tool can adjust for me versus me having to do these weird angles trying to get my hairstyle. So I love that. I love that. Okay, so let's talk price. At the time of the recording, we're listing this one online for $599.99. It is a splurge, but if you're somebody who frequently styles, it may save you money in the long run. And I think that's going to be my case, my justification. It's like if I look back at how much money I've spent on the 17 tools that I have under my sink, I could have gotten this one easy.
Yeah. And plus, again, they will qualify for all of our financing too. Definitely at NFM if anyone wants to buy it here. So
it's a lot easier to sell the husband when it's the low monthly price with financing.
And it's like I wouldn't say it's a need. Like people surely can get by without it. But if you're somebody that you're like looking to cut down on the time and the amount of tools and or if you're someone that likes to like style your hair, if that's an interest to you, like I think that the Dyson is the appropriate product for that person.
That's great. Yeah, that's super great. Overall, same as we've heard here, rave reviews online. Customers love that they can get the salon blowout at home in 20 minutes, which I think is great. Also saving money there instead of going to pay a salon for a blowout. But it can be pricey if you already own the other tools. So I'm sold that it's a great investment. Okay, so here are my final takeaways. The Revlon One-Step Volumizer Plus is budget-friendly, beginner approved, and great for that quick volume. The Shark HyperAIR blow dryer with styling tools Is a mid-range multitasker, has some smart features, and of course that frizz fighting tech.
Mm-hmm.
And then finally our Dyson Airwrap, high-end powerhouse for serious stylers looking to save their strands.
Yep.
So
Yep.
all great options. I love that there's a great range in pricing, but all accessible for anybody looking for those different styling tools to use. So we know which you both now. So my question is a little irrelevant. I guess for myself, like all of these products sound easy to use and great, budget friendly. Obviously, the Dyson being the investment, but the Dyson sounds like the dream tool that I'm definitely gonna look into. So, super excited about that. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Your tips.
We'll talk about this all day.
Yes,
Great
right?
conversation, and I feel so much more confident in going home to style my own hair.
Amazing.
Well, I would love if we could. I have a fun game for us to kind of wrap up this episode. It is a new segment we're calling the Pop Culture Challenge. So, Scott, if you wouldn't mind pulling up our document, I'll kind of walk us through what's going to happen here. So, this game, as I was thinking about it, digging into multi-stylers, I was looking at like what are the most iconic hair moments in pop culture history. So I have some of my favorites, but out of this list of 6, I have a favorite. And so the game is, can you guess what is Tyler's favorite pop culture iconic hair style?
So intrigued.
I know it is high pressure, high stakes, but I know you are going to do great. So the first you can see on the screen, Elvis's high pompadour, the king of rock and roll, his signature hairstyle. It defined an era. It's lovely.
Yeah.
The next one, Scott, is Pam Grier's 70s afro.
Curly.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Powerful symbol of beauty and strength in the 70s. Love her hair. Third, Marge Simpson's blue beehive. I mean, talk about an icon. Am I right? It's been a staple of TV since the late 80s. Fourth, Jennifer Aniston's The Rachel classic. Come on.
Rachel season 2.
Yeah.
Iconic 90s. Oh, you know it.
I
The
grew
specific
up
time.
with that.
Iconic.
Yeah. Okay. Fifth one, Jessica Day's Bangs from New Girl. If you watch the show, just
I did,
adorable.
yes, I know
so
she
great.
is.
Zoe Deschanel's quirky, adorable bangs. They became a trendsetter. And the sixth option, Javier Bardem's hair from No Country for Old Men.
Just goosebumps every time I see that guy.
Yeah.
Unforgettable and chilling hairstyle made this crazy guy look even crazier.
Yeah.
All right, last slide, Scott, is all 6 of them up together. So I'm putting it to the team. I've got some clues if you can't guess it the first couple times, but let's go around and see if you can guess what is my favorite iconic pop culture hairstyle.
Is this Simpson?
Omina is guessing Simpsons. Okay.
Yes.
And
I'm gonna go Elvis.
Elvis.
Yeah.
Okay. Hilary.
I think based on what I know about you
Uh.
personally, you're going with the Zoe Deschanel.
Zoe Deschanel.
Mm.
Okay. Why? Can you expand on that?
I think you're into quirky, cute. I think you're into that style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely love
That's
Zoe
your-
Deschanel.
That's your
Yeah.
yeah.
She looks great. And I love that hairstyle. And why'd you pick Elvis?
I feel like it's just classic, but it's also like, I don't know, it just looks worn, but not.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Interesting.
It helps with the smirk and the eyebrow too,
Yeah.
right? Like
It's
I
just
think
part of
that's
this
what's
whole
elegant.
The
brand.
lip snarl is it's the whole thing.
Uh-huh.
It works. Omina, why The Simpsons?
Mine was just simple. I just went with it. Like, I love The Simpsons. I went with The Simpsons.
The blue hair.
I was like selfish, not thinking about Tyler.
All right. Scott, can you go to the next slide? The answer, actually, Ann got it.
Yes.
Zoom in. Scott, go to the next slide. That's my hairstyle.
Wow.
Nailed
High
it.
school. It
Lots of
was
hair.
more of the Elvis.
Complete with
So
the
Ann, you got it
sideburns.
right off the bat. Yeah.
I love
yeah.
it.
I rocked that all high school. I look ridiculous and dopey, but that's me.
You should bring
And
it back.
Congratulations, Ann, you won the game.
I'm confident too.
You should bring it back.
Okay. Okay. Now, dear listeners, I had fun playing the game with you, with of course the host here. But I'm curious if you have a favorite out of the selection, or if we missed your favorite. Let us know. Head over to our social media pages where you can cast your vote for the most iconic hair in pop culture history, or you can just hit us up on our website, nfm.com/podcast. Thank you to everyone who's listening. We love hearing from you. So do visit that website, nfm.com/podcast, or find us on social. Drop us your questions on all product experiences that you have with the multi-styling tools, or if you have a question about some other product that you'd like us to dive into. We might just feature your comment on a future episode. And hey, if you love this episode, leave us a review and share it with a friend. Until next time, may your hair be glossy, your mornings be quick, and your tools be top tier. Bye for now, and remember, home is what you make it.
Thanks for joining us today for I Am Home with Tyler Weisskopf, Hilary Waltemath, and Becca Sudbeck. No one knows home quite like NFM. So if you'd like more information on home design at NFM, please check out nfm.com and leave us a review on the podcast platform of your choice.